Señor insultando a esta niña que la va a patear y le va a tirar los espejuelos.
So let's talk about racism and colorism in the Spanish-speaking community because it does exist. In this particular video, we have a lady in Miami riding a bus, a Cuban lady, and she is basically verbally assaulting a younger girl who seems to be about 14, 15 years of age, calling her an ugly Indian, that she's going to kick her and that she's going to do all these type of things. I'm sure you guys have seen the I puppy, I know black joke flying around. Okay, usually I would interfere and argue that there's a difference between culture and color, and that Latinos identify with culture more than color, but racism does exist and it is very real. So I have seen this from another Cuban guy and from a lady who recorded it. They were on a bus in Miami, and for whatever reason, the lady started verbally assaulting the younger person, telling her that she's a nothing, that she is going to kick her, that she's going to hit her, that she's going to call ICE on her. And the girl, you could tell that she's trying to compose herself, but the lady who was sitting, and I can tell by her accent that she's probably Central American, she said, "No, that's not right. And you should not be talking about that." And the lady starts cursing at her, the Cuban lady, throwing her finger up, and she thinks that she is one of them, the white coats, because she thinks she can call ICE. Okay, I know a lot of Cubans in Miami who came here, seeking asylum, and they're on a chopping block just like everybody else. Many times we forget that even though we're united in the same language, there is colorism. There is layers to this. There's layers of superiority complex. The lighter that you were, the more superior that you are. As you can see, I have my green eyes, but if you were to see my grandma and my mom and many people in my family, no, they have a lot of indigenous features, and I take offense to that. Okay, I may have mixed features, and I have phenotypes of passing sometimes of a Caucasian, sometimes what people will say, but no, that's not the case. And I have had people that would share conversations with me that they will not share with anybody else, especially from Miami Cubans and even from people who are European Americans, thinking that I will have the same type of mentality as they do. First of all, the native people of indigenous descent, even though the girl is not even indigenous descent, you could tell she's not. Like, she's mestizo, like everybody else. She's mixed. A lot of people of indigenous descent are very beautiful naturally, okay, and they don't age as fast, and they have better hair, and they're very clean, okay. So these claims that you're dirty and everything else, no, that just come from old world mentality of colonialism, because it was the First Nations of this continent, the First Nations of this hemisphere, okay. They're the ones who taught them how to bathe. They're the ones who taught them how to